What's up, guys? In today's video, we are going to be talking about what I wish I knew on starting a business. Like, I go to college and like a lot of the stuff that I've learned over the course of being an entrepreneur isn't even discussed in a business school, what I attend and what I go to. It's kind of crazy how much we're all spending on student loans and all of this other stuff, when back to reality, you end up 4 years, a lot of people in student debt and still twiddling their thumbs on well, okay, what do I actually do with the information that I learned at school? Well, how much of it is actually applicable? Yes, no, this is a little rant right here, but all actuality, I am going to teach you what school did not teach me about what you can do to help you start your business and really start off on the right foot, because lots of people don't want to go into business because of the fear of failure. And if I'm able to teach you or help with a guiding hand on getting you on that right path into starting your venture in entrepreneurship and even starting a business, then I hope this video really helps. Please subscribe below. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up as well and click the notification button so you know when my next upload will be. So for everyone in the United States and even all over the world, if that means you're in Canada, you're in India, Saudi Arabia, whatever state or country that you are watching this in, this first principle that I've learned is something that's applicable to everyone, and that is going to be create a business plan. Yes, plans, a lot of people don't like organization, but organization is the key to success. If we have that business plan, we are going to be well on our way on with the right foot, heading down the entrepreneurial path and being successful. The business plan in which I really like is actually a business model canvas. I believe that's what it's called, and it's something that I use. It's really helpful, and it basically goes over what are your values, who are your customers, what is your target audience, what is the problem that you are trying to solve, and what is the solution. Because before even getting into business, we want to understand if the problem in which we are facing is a big enough problem that we are going to be helping other people solve as well. If it's just me and a few other friends, maybe you shouldn't go into a business. But if it's really a huge market and it's a broadening market, meaning that billions and billions of dollars a year are being injected into this market, then it's definitely something that's going to have necessities for, and people are going to be searching for that problem that you are able to solve. So in actually creating a business plan, what do you really need? You are going to need a few things, just like we discussed before. First, you are going to need to find the problem. Now, you don't want to dig down deep searching, what problem can I solve? Typically, some of the best problems and best businesses, the ones that are successful, are going to be the problems that everyone encounters at some point in their life, and that's including you. So if you're trying to solve a problem that you haven't even encountered yourself, good luck to you trying to market that to other people. Seriously, in all actuality, get a problem that you encounter and that you face, that you know about, and that you know other people are going to have. Once you have this problem, the solution is not the next answer. Finding your target audience is going to be that next answer, and that's going to be the next step in the business plan. You are going to survey people, 100 each location. Go to a Starbucks, go anywhere, and survey 100 people. Okay, how do you like this product or problem? What do you think that you encounter this problem? Let's just start there. You encounter this problem, and if they say yes, you can continue asking questions. If they say no, then move on. This way, you're going to really find who has that problem and what age they are, maybe where they live, and really figure out, okay, this is going to be the exact model of the person that I want to market to. After you have that, we want to create what's called an MVP. And this can all be in the business model as well. So I know it's a lot, guys, but trust me, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, these are the steps that you need to take. So the MVP is the minimum viable product, something that I learned from Y Combinator, extremely useful source. Definitely link it down below and you can check it out as well. But really what the MVP is, it's going to be the product, basically bare bones and skeleton, that you can show your demographic and say, tell me how to get to this location on the app or on the website, and really see how the user navigates your site or your platform. This is going to tell you whether or not your site's too complicated or if it's just the perfect amount of clicking. Next, after that, you want to ask about improvements. What can I improve? What else can I add on to? Or is this really necessary? And that's really the overall question that we want to ask when we're doing this survey. So once you have your MVP down, you'll realize that you're not going to need to make a huge investment, thousands and thousands of dollars into creating an app or creating a website, because you'll have the feedback and continuous improvement of doing those surveys and really getting your target audience's thoughts and opinions in the situation. Because at the end of the day, if you are a B2C company, this means business to consumer. That means, again, I'm a business and I'm selling my services to the average everyday individual, then you're all good. And lastly, with the business plan, we want to create some sort of financial model. Yes, the MVP is not going to cost so much, but when that MVP is ready to take on to the next level and get out of that V1 and move on to V2 and all these other stages and updates for your website or for your product or service, that is when the financial model will really come in handy. You'll be able to understand how much you have to pay your employees a month, find out your overhead. What is overhead? Overhead is what you need to pay on a monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or yearly basis just to keep your business afloat, up and running. That's not including profits. This is basically just your fixed expenses. Next tip that I wish I learned was really how to brand properly the first time. If you guys have been with Tap Into It from the very beginning, or even this channel, you will realize how many times I went through changes within branding, how I want to be represented, what kind of website I want to look like, and all this other stuff. Like even our logo changed, and yes, it was very, very timely. And if I knew and I understood how to correctly brand and properly brand, then who knows, maybe I would have been on a faster track than I already am. But this is why this video is here for you, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. I'm actually going to link a video right up here for you. It is the last video that I did, and that is how to properly brand and really use that brand to create a 6 or 7 figure business, because branding is so important. Basically what branding does, I'm just going to recap this little video in a matter of like 15 seconds. Branding is going to be what makes people resonate with you, what reminds people of people. Example, Apple, you think of innovation. Red Bull, you think of excitement. Coca-Cola, you maybe also think of excitement. Johnson & Johnson, the baby company, you may think of sincere. This is just primary examples, and that's how people actually create those lasting brands, because they can think of a personality, the brand personality, and actually put it to a company and make a face out of that company. Same thing with the color scheme, same thing with the font. If your demographics are maybe to 5 and 6 year olds, maybe you want to use like a curly letter font instead of something that's going to be like Times New Roman, which is in school for those terrible essays that we all used to have to write in middle school, high school, and then getting even worse actually into college. Yes, you know my feelings, you know what I'm talking about. So when you're taking into consideration the fonts, make sure to actually understand the demographic as well. And that's basically a recap of that video. The third tip that I have for you is going to be about finances. And really, when you're starting off as a business, you want to make sure that your seed is planted in the right dirt and that it'll eventually grow into a tree. And you don't want to be buying all these fertilizers and buying all this Fiji water to put into that seed. No, when you're first starting off, please figure out where your income is and where your expenses are, and make sure that you're not carelessly spending that money, because that money should be going into tip number 4, which is reinvesting into the company. If you have a product or service and you're really buying unnecessary steps in which are going to help improve your business, then it's just going to topple over you, especially starting out, and it's really not going to go well, at least in my opinion. We have to take a look at the business as that seed, like I said. And in order for it to grow and prosper, it needs to germinate. And we're not all starting out with a few $100,000 and getting investors and doing all this crazy stuff. If you're 16, 17, 18, 20, 24, then you're probably just trying to figure things out and you're not even at the level of investor and funding and finding venture capitalists. So overall, please, again, do not overspend your money and actually reinvest it into the business, whether that be getting an assistant, whether that be upgrading to a new platform, something that's going to benefit you in the long run. When starting a business, we also want to network. Networking has to be one of the most important parts in business, and not only in business, but in life. Every day, people use people on a daily basis. If you're getting a drink from Starbucks or McDonald's or wherever, Panera, if you want to go a little classier and a little more expensive, there's people in the situation that are helping each other out. And really, when it comes down to networking, you're using that network to help you accelerate and grow at a faster pace than somebody else who doesn't have those connections. A great platform to use would be LinkedIn. LinkedIn is so amazing to help connect with entrepreneurs like myself, or even TikTok. I've reached out to so many people and so many entrepreneurs and investors and women in finance just to say hello, hey, what's up, and really get down and talk about the gist in whatever field that I'm looking to pursue. Speaking of, I actually have an internship opportunity available at Tap Into It. You can apply by June 25th. The start date is July 1st. There's not much criteria, 16 or older. You can live outside of the US. So for those viewers who are from Canada, who are from India, who are from Saudi Arabia, the UK, yes, you can apply. US people, you also can apply as well. You don't need to have a college education or a college degree. You don't need to be in school. This is really for anyone looking to work with me and my team at Tap Into It to help build your connections. And if you want to start your business, your own business, then this will be the perfect opportunity for you to learn how a business is actually run and how a successful business can be built. So I'll leave a link down below for you to go check that out. Make sure to apply by June 25th, and we're just going to get back into the video. Lastly, this is going to be our last tip of the day. We want to, let's say, okay, we got the business plan, we got the branding, we got the network. Lastly, we want to measure the data. Data has to be, again, one of the most important parts to business, because businesses are not stagnant. They're changing all the time. Users can be coming in, users can be going out, your churn rate, your MMR, all these technical terms, they're going to be changing. And in order for you to understand how you can make that change, maximize your profits, you need to take a look at the analytics and the measurements and the data. A great source is Pixel by Facebook. You can check and see where your users are from. You can see what they're buying. Another free one is Google Analytics. All you have to do is copy and paste the code that they have and put it into your website. Very simple, very easy, highly recommend doing so that you are better understanding your consumers, whether or not if they like the landing page that you have or they don't like it, what's intriguing your consumers to come back, and so much more. I hope you watching this video really enjoyed it. And again, if you're looking for someone or something to figure out where to start your business, or if you have any questions, this internship opportunity is great to have. But I'd really appreciate it if you are going to go down to that internship opportunity. Make sure to click the subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure to also leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithms, and we'll see you in our next video. Leave a comment down below if you like this video or not.